Does Jerry Rawlings have any relevance amongst young Ghanaians of today?
Yes, to a very large extent, he does. He does have a lot of influence, but it depends on which category of people or young people we are looking at. He founded what we describe as the CADA, which now transmogrified to become the National Democratic Congress. And so to those people, he was like a godfather to them. He was like a demigod to those people. And, you know, the principles that defined who his person was and the principles that characterize his administration is what was imbibed in those people. So to a very large extent, within the context of the foundation upon which he brought about the CADA system, the people who found themselves in that system were largely influenced by Jerry John Rawlings and the things that he stood for. However, there's also a dissent in respect of the fact that certain group of people who also suffered at the hands of Jerry John Rawlings in that particular era, obviously will not be influenced by him and by the things that he did. Because many are those who say that some of the atrocities that were committed against the parents of these people and the grandparents of these people could have been avoided. So for those people, he would never find favor in their eyes. So it's a mixed bag of the people that he directly impacted by reason of the fact that he set up a certain system that would work. And the people who also suffered, you know, as a result of some of the decisions that he took when he was a military leader. So it's a mixed bag of feelings. You cannot be certain about, you know, the influences that he would have on the generality of the Ghanaian young people. However, it is very instructive to also make the point that irrespective of all the disagreements, irrespective of all the things that have gone on or wrong in this country, largely, it appears that some of the things that he stood for, the principles of probity, accountability, social justice, equity, and whatnot, are things that finds expression in the activities of the people that we have now, particularly young Ghanaian men and women who are very progressive, young Ghanaian men and women who want to see the development and the advancement of democracy in this country. And so to that extent, one can safely assume that he impacted some level of, if you will, he had some level of influence, somewhat in amongst the youth and in the youth of this country.
Thank you so much for your time, Kwame. It's been great talking to you.